that's what my week looked like. One, thinking about, hey, I really need to spend time on finding what's next for me. And then second, applying for things, but was not really hearing back. And then realizing that I need to put in more effort and have a more concrete plan than just applying to 5 jobs every single day. I think more than rejections, I had through the mindset work, learned to see rejections as more of redirections. So yeah, but that mindset really, it's a lot of work, but that's what really sets you apart, especially in a tough job market. That was really surprising to see that, even though you have worked on that product and lived in day by day, but still when you're telling that story, there are such important pieces that you can miss. The job search can feel very intimidating and really vague process. So intentional job search, number one, adds a lot of structure to the whole process.
Sweta, welcome. Thank you so much for doing it.
Of course, Shobhit. Lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
For people watching this, they're like, who's Sweta? Like, they want to get to know you. So give us a quick 30, 60-second career snapshot.
Definitely. Hi, everyone. I'm Sweta. I'm a senior product manager with PayPal. Before PayPal, I was with Bank of New York. And as a product manager, I have background in payments, infrastructure as code products, and I come from a background in engineering and business.
That's amazing. Amazing. So, Sweta, let's take you back. Now, we're talking before you ever joined intentional product manager, intentional job search, and you were starting to look for roles. So like, what did an average week look like for you in your job search before we ever crossed paths? Or had you even started to actively look and apply?
Right. So this is when I was with Bank of New York and I was working on this payments product and the work was good, right? It was an exciting product to be a part of. But with Bank of New York, I was working on large enterprises, B2B product businesses, which were clients of BNY. And before that also, I had launched infrastructure as code product for CVS Health. So, expanding minute clinics from just 3 states to around 50 states across US. So the work was impactful, but I knew that I wanted to move more towards product that were, one, directed at consumers and at small to medium businesses. And second, since I was coming from a technology background, I knew that for me, something like a technical product manager at a fintech would be a better fit than a larger bank or a custodian bank. So that's where I was. So I knew that I had to change, right? So I did know that. But I was working on after work, which used to be super busy in itself, but after work applying for 2-3 jobs every single day. But I knew that's not going to cut it. So yes, that's what my week looked like. One, thinking about, hey, I really need to spend time on finding what's next for me. And then second, applying for things, but was not really hearing back. And then realizing that I need to put in more effort and have a more concrete plan than just applying to 5 jobs every single day.
What made you seek out a solution? Was it like, hey, this is not working? Or were there other considerations that you had that got you thinking in terms of a program?
Right. I think I thought of the program very early on in my journey. So I did know that I needed to look for something else. And I had started to apply. I knew people who had been a part of the program or had successfully graduated. So that word of mouth marketing for me really worked because I'd already heard that if you're looking to add structure into the whole search journey and are looking for a very strong community of seasoned PMs, then this is a place that you could check out. So that's when I remember that I connected with you, Shobhit. And on our first call itself, based on my introduction or something, you gave me a very actionable feedback that whether join this program or don't join this program, but as you search, don't do this going forward. So, that actionable feedback stood out to me from our very first interaction. So I knew that, if I keep on getting that kind of feedback, I would be able to achieve my goals. But that's what, helped me make the decision.
Got it. So that helped you decide, join the program. Okay. So now in the program, let me ask first, Was there anything that you, like when you initially joined, anything you were surprised by or shocked by?
I think for me, as I started with the program, the first thing that I was really surprised by was when I was, we started writing the stories with Sam, and it kind of, I had assumed that yes, I have done work, I know I have created impacts, I'll be able to write that and demonstrate that. But when we went there and worked on it, actually making sure that it's in star format, and then the key metrics and data and the lessons learned, I had done all of that work, but I was not necessarily capturing that as crisply as possible in my stories. And Sam made me do that within the very first few days of the program. And that was really surprising to see that, even though you've worked on that product and lived in day by day, but still when you're telling that story, there are such important pieces that you can miss. So drafting the story in a manner that demonstrate the skills that you bring to the table as a product manager, and also the impact that you have created through your work, and also show to the other person why you are the best PM that they can hire, stood out to me very early on as we were doing the story drafting work. So that was the biggest one for me, surprise, and the number one. But then the other, surprises was the focus on mindset activities. And the third thing was the focus on always celebrating your wins, even though they were offers or just making little progress towards that offer. Just celebrating those wins was really something that surprised me very pleasantly.
Well, first of all, excellent use of there were three things. One thing we always talk about in the program is like, hey, structure, and you always begin with three things, and those sort of things are excellent use of that. Sam is not on this call, but Sam's like our head coach, my co-founder in Intentional Job Search, and like one of the things we tell people all the time is, you think behavioral is easy and product design is difficult, but it's not. Actually, it's really hard to tell a good, compelling story that makes you like the obvious candidate for it.
Exactly.
And then, I love the mindset part. It's such a core foundational piece. So tell us more, like, as you went on the journey now of job search, what are other things that were really impactful in helping you land this role and just like generally getting better in product management job search?
A few things that were very important was, one, building a network that I could leverage to have discovery conversations. And discovery conversations were very important, Shobhit, specifically in my journey, because I wanted to define that goal for myself. So we'd already established a strategy. I knew where I wanted to be, and then, fintechs that I was targeting. But which fintechs and why those particular fintechs, and what's the kind of work there? What is it like to work there, and the culture? I reached out to many people and had those discovery conversations. And that's how I selected, the top 3 to 5 companies that I wanted to try for, or were my target companies. So number one was building that network. Second, through the discovery conversations, having a lot of clarity on this is what I wanted to do. Try for a fintech company such as PayPal, which with products directed at consumers and small to medium businesses, is what I was clear about. And I was, we had discussed, something like a technical product manager role was a better fit for me given my background. So having that strategy clearly defined was another important thing in my journey. And finally, I think just the amount of work I did when it came to practicing behaviorals, product design, product strategy, so much so that it became muscle memory. In terms of structure and lessons learned and data and metrics, that even if somebody would ask me anything, even in my sleep related to product, I would make sure, I'm following the star format. So being a part of the community and have the coaches share that feedback consistently with you so that you keep making that delta improvement every single day was crucial in my journey, along with mindset. So, but that's the fourth thing, the mindset.
I love it. And I mean, now these are just skills that you're going to have. of course you'll need to like practice them and refresh them and everything, but now you can always do a product design question, always do a product strategy question, and it seeps into everything you do.
Yes, and it's like you do design work and strategy work in your product management career, but it's different thing when you're trying to practice that for interviews and building that for the interview muscle part. So I think just having those frameworks ready and practicing that with peers who are amazing, and then also coaches, really helps you when it comes to doing well in design and strategy rounds during interviews.
Yeah, yeah. Love it. So Shweta, tell me more the story of landing this particular role at PayPal.
Yeah, sure. So this one was an interesting one, Shobhit. I got a call from PayPal for one of the roles. It was a great role. And I interviewed with the hiring manager, had an amazing discussion, but the timing for that role didn't really work in my favor. So I didn't get the offer. But the discussion I really truly enjoyed. It was a very good, the kind of questions that they were asking, the hiring manager was asking, and the way that they were interacting, solidified my interest in the company. I didn't get that role, but still stayed in touch with the HR. And then the recruiter shared another opportunity with me, which to my surprise were even more closely aligned with my background of payments and integration and new payment methods. So that was really good. So, but based on the performance that I had given in the first interview, I think really helped me, or having that discussion in the first interview helped me prep for this particular role. And here I again met with the hiring manager who was hiring for this particular role, and went through the loop rounds, met the team, had a great time talking and meeting with the team. So then, yes, I joined the accelerated checkout product here, and I'm
Nice.
working on merchant integration. So it's a great opportunity. I'm happy to be here.
Very exciting. Super exciting. I want to just point out one thing, and the audience is both people who are considering intentional product manager, but also you current students. I'm looking at you. The fact that you got a quote unquote rejection, right? And you were like, oh, okay, well, the timing didn't work out, but you did well, and you stayed in touch with the recruiter, and you didn't treat it as a rejection. You treated it as like, cool, this is just another step in the journey. And then obviously you had great interview performance and just continued. So like, I really want to emphasize that, just that way of looking at things that you demonstrated. It was like, okay, obviously the next thing's around the corner. The person who I was speaking to earlier today, they got 2 Amazon offers, and they had applied to 50 jobs at Amazon. And, they could have said, hey, I got 48 rejections, but at the end of it, they got 2 offers. So whatever. So kudos to you on that, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I think more than rejections, I had through the mindset work learned to see rejections as more of redirections. So yeah, but that mindset really, it's a lot of work, but that's what really sets you apart, especially in a tough job market.
Yeah, love it. Love it. So Shweta, let me ask you a couple of more questions. Like when you, like for people who are considering intentional job search, like how would you describe it in your own words?
Yes. So if you're looking for a job search program that adds a lot of structure to otherwise a very vague process, and along with it provides a very strong community of some amazing product managers out there in big tech, fintech, and many other industries, then this is the program for you, as long as you're ready to put in the hard work that it takes to get there in product management.
I love it. And I was going to ask you also, like, who is this program a good fit for? And like you're clearly like that hard work and ability to learn and be coachable, it seems to be like important thing. Anything else important for people when they consider joining just about themselves?
I covered the structured approach, the roadmap to it. Otherwise, the job search can feel very intimidating and really vague process. So intentional job search, number one, adds a lot of structure to the whole process. Second, the personalized coaching with some amazing PMs from big tech and the other industries I was mentioning. That personalized coaching really helps you practice your skills, learn new things, and hone in on the interviewing muscle. So that's really helpful. And then peer practice with the community too, but most importantly, the focus on mindset and then celebrating even those little things every single week is what has helped me in the program. So those are the things that really stand out to me about IJS.
Awesome. Shweta, any last messages for people who are watching this video and considering IPM?
Yes, I would say that good luck. Thank you for watching this. I really hope you find this helpful and my journey inspiring. And if there are any questions that you have, feel free to reach out. But yes, keep on putting in the hard work and trust the program. And I have no doubt you'll be able to accomplish your goals here.
Awesome. I wanted to thank you for sharing your journey, sharing your insights, sharing your struggles, sharing your victories, and celebrating with us as always.
Thank you, Shobhit.
If you want to be one of our next success stories, make sure you book a call with us. I've left a QR code for you to scan. Go to our apply page, book time with us, and chat about your career and your journey to your dream product management role.